any sketched a vision of justice that will motivate us all.
All right, okay.
One thing you want people to take home, what is it?
Okay, I think one thing that actually I have been thinking about a lot, again, in the past few days, is, I mean, there is this weird challenge, right, being from a country that's underwater right now, and then being at a climate conference in New York. I can tell you I haven't slept well in the past many days, just kind of this almost, am I hypocrite? Am I supposed to be here? Do I belong in the room? Should I even be speaking on these topics? I think one thing that I think about and remind myself from trying to answer the question, Miranda, there, and I think Viola Davis said that recently, was around being ready to pay the cost. I think that if there is anything you want to stand up for as an advocate, whether it is within a corporation, whether it is in the government, whether it is in your family, you have to know that there is going to be a cost. And I think if you know that there is going to be a cost, you're going to work that much harder to make it happen. So I think from my perspective, from an advocacy perspective, and to the advocates that are fighting for climate justice, that are fighting for women's rights, for women who are visible and those who are not visible, who are not here and not having the opportunity to be a part of the panels and to be the part of the audiences, I think, especially for women who are here, we should know that if you want to stand up for something, you have to be ready to pay the cost, and I think that's okay.
That's fantastic. People don't say that often. Thank you.
To pick one thing is really challenging because I think everyone is so different and we all have our own superpowers. So, what is your climate superpower, climate justice superpower? How do you integrate that into, as many aspects of your life as you can holistically? So, I mean, whether you work inside of a big corporation or, an investment firm, or you're, work in the Amazon warehouse. Like I worked with the Amazon Employees for Climate Justice, who were a group of Amazon workers, thank you, who became like 7,000 in number. They were like, workers in the warehouse, they were, delivery drivers, coders, marketers, and they came together and said, like, enough is enough. We need to integrate climate justice throughout the company. And then, that then became a COVID, taking care of warehouse workers during COVID. I think find your superpower, find your strength, and apply, as much of what this, these incredible women shared today into your life.
Well, apparently I'm the no fun person in the group because I have a long list of things I want to do. But if I only have 5 seconds, what I want to actually ask you to do every single day is to think that your job is to redress the tremendous effects of our history of white supremacy, colonization, and racism across the entire globe. And that sounds really big. No, but what that means is don't for a second think that that is those brown people's job over there. And so I just get to live my life regularly. There's no cost I have to pay. There's no change I have to make. There's no additional conversation I have to have, right? Like, how are you showing up for a more fair world, whether you are trying to be the investment banker, whether you are trying to be this high school teacher, whether you're trying to be the medical doctor, whether you're trying to be the government bureaucrat. How are we showing up for racial justice? There's no climate justice, there's no climate work that isn't housing policy, that isn't immigration policy. So you have to address the underlying barrier of all that, and race is a big indicator.